Good morning, everyone. I hope you can hear me well and fine. And I hope everyone is doing good from wherever they are joining. I welcome everyone on this webinar series. And we are very happy to see most of our customers here today. So we'll just wait for a minute or two because there are a few other customers who are also joining, and then we will start with this session. So exactly at 10:35, we will start this session, and I'm very hopeful that this session is going to be very informative and useful for the organizations to help improve their design to product delivery time. Any questions that you may have, we will keep a Q&A session towards the end of the webinar, so that whatever you would want to ask, you can just unmute yourself and ask towards the end. So I would request that you can keep on noting down any queries that come up during the session, and there is a QA option also. So we will take up your questions towards the end of the session. So we'll just wait a minute more and then we'll start. Okay, I think it's 10:35, so we are all set to start. So let me introduce the session today, and I will introduce my chief presenter, who's going to present the first tool that we will be discussing today, BOM Creator. So once again, good morning, everyone, and thank you for your time for joining this session. We are very happy to have you here, and I hope everyone is keeping safe and fine, and things are working good for everyone as we move towards opening up offices and opening up the economy for further growth. Today, the intention of today's session is to introduce to you specific tools which run on top of Solid Edge, which help to increase productivity. So these are very specific tools which has been developed by Siemens technology partners. And I would take this opportunity first to introduce BOM Creator from an organization known as Servotronica, who are Siemens technology partners, and they have been helping all the Solid Edge customers for customizing, for developing such tools to help them increase their productivity. So with me on this webinar, I have Mr. Vignesh, who is the technical director from the technology partner, who will be presenting the BOM Creator tool to us in this first series of webinars. Tomorrow also we have another session wherein we'll be presenting the CAD customization plus technology to you. So both these technologies run on top of Solid Edge, and they help design team to do very specific tasks which are repetitive in nature, so that the productivity of the design to delivery cycle is increased. So, having said that, I will now ask Mr. Vignesh to introduce the BOM Creator tool to us. And once this presentation is done, and we also have a demonstration of the tool, the Q&A sessions would be open. You can always type in your questions, and I will take up the questions one by one. So it would be like you put in your questions, and I will read them out, and then maybe Vignesh or myself can answer those questions. So I'm just handing over this to Vignesh.
Hello.
Yes, Vignesh, we can hear you. Yes, absolutely.
Okay, great. So thank you very much for the warm introduction. And so yes, so we'll just quickly jump to the today's agenda. I hope everyone is able to see my screen.
Yes, Vignesh, we are.
Okay, great. So good morning, everyone. Hope everyone is doing fine and staying safe at their respective places. And yeah, so let's not waste further time. We'll just quickly jump to today's agenda. So as already Mr. Deepak told you about us, we are Subtronica Group. We are a technology partner for Siemens Digital Industry Software. Okay, and we have built a software called BOM Creator, which basically helps you in the complete process automation from right from the ERP integration to your complete manufacturing planning and execution of the project. Okay, so since we'll be talking more on the subject of BOM, bill of materials, so basically let's start from the scratch. Why do we create bill of materials? Right. So we create bill of materials to understand the number of fabrication parts, manufacturing parts, hardware, BOP, etc. Right. We create bill of material to understand what has to be purchased first, what is to be purchased later. Right. What is the total weight of different grades of material I need to purchase for executing the project. Right. What are the items which are required to be manufactured in-house or outsourced. So basically, a bill of material becomes most critical component of any manufacturing process. We normally talk about the design development, we talk about design data management, but we rarely talk about the handling of bill of materials, which actually becomes very crucial or very important part of any manufacturing process, right? So we'll be talking on more on that subject today. So for all the 3D CAD softwares do have some kind of an inbuilt bill of material solutions, right? So we have something in Solid Edge as well, right? In Solid Edge, we have four different types of bill of materials, right? One is we call the part list BOM, one is we call atomic part BOM, one we call exploded BOM, one we call normal bill of materials, right? So in part list, we get the details of all the items available in the first level of my any Solid Edge assembly. So if I'm working on a Solid Edge assembly, so it gives me the information about the first level detail, items available in the first level, right? So when you talk about the atomic part, so it gives me the details of all the Solid Edge parts available in my particular assembly. So it could be it's a mixed detail. It could be a hardware, it could be a BOP, it could be anything. So it's a mixed detail, mixed information. Talking about the exploded BOM, so it gives me the complete parent-child relationship BOM. So it gives you a hierarchical BOM. So wherein I have the sub-assemblies, their respective child, and what level they are. So all these information I get it out of my exploded BOM. And bill of material is basically the detailed BOM, or detailed BOM of a complete machine, right? So in spite of having these basic functionalities, there are certain set of challenges what we face in day-to-day life, and we live with it unknowingly, right? So one of the major issue what we talk about is we spend too much time in uploading BOMs in our SAP or ERP system, right? So now what happens is right now, if we see more than 80%, 85% manufacturing industries, we do have some kind of ERP system or SAP system established in place. So now this SAP or ERP system is basically established to ease of communication between the different departments. So now as a design engineer or design department, we are supposed to prepare a BOM in our manufacturing drawing, as well as we are supposed to upload them in our SAP or ERP system. So how do we do it? We normally do it by manually typing each and every component with the respective details, or we prepare some kind of Excel format, or CSV format, and we make it compatible to with respect to our ERP system and upload it, right? So both of the jobs are very tedious and time-consuming job, right? Another issue is basically the chaos between different departments because of a wrong BOM. So now when I'm preparing a BOM manually, there are chances I do mistake. And this mistake is not identified during the design phase, but is identified during the production or the assembly stage, which actually becomes too late for us. And sometimes because of that, our project delivery is also affected. We talk about the segregation. So now in a machine, I do have manufacturing parts, bought out hardware, machine components, etc. So now, as soon as when we give complete BOM to the production department, their initial concern is only the manufacturing parts or the manufacturing items what they need to manufacture. Similarly, the purchase team needs to understand what are the hardware or the BOP items they need to purchase. So they spend time in segregating those information. Again, they do it manually, right? Again, a tedious job, again, a time-consuming job. Next, another is the delay in delivery of projects because of wrong planning. So now every project has its own specific project delivery time, right? So if I get an order today for a machine, I'm supposed to deliver it, let's say 3 months of time or 4 months of time. So now if I do not plan it with respect to the lead time of the manufacturing components or the purchase lead time, so most of the time I get my project delayed, right? Talking about the tracking of release of drawings. So as a design engineer, as a design person, I'm supposed to prepare drawings and release them. So now what happens is a lot of time what happens is we release drawings and the rest of the department comes back and asks for the drawing again. They say we haven't received the drawing. We do not have it. Whom did you give it? Right. So normally as a habit, what we do is basically we prepare an issue slip wherein we put the information of all the items which we are releasing and get it there signed from the respective department and release them. But sometimes we miss that information and sometimes the issue slip is not made. So we end up losing the track and we end up re-releasing same drawing again and again multiple times for same person on the same department. So that's again a very time-consuming thing, or what we could say is the repetitive job we're doing. Next is the calculation of the actualized costing. So now most of the cases we have some kind of template wherein we put some cost parameters and get the right cost out of it, right? So now, but sometimes we do on experience basis also, right? We do quotations on experience basis as well. So the most important thing is we are required to make sure we are covering up all the major cost components of a project. If we do not do that, we end up getting our project budget issues later on a later stage. Last is the handling of the multiple projects at the same time. So now if I get an order for 5-6 machines together, so as a project manager, as a production manager, as a design engineer, what our responsibility is to reduce, execute the project accurately and reduce this material scrap, right? So for identifying these issues, we came up with a solution which we are calling as BOM Creator. So now I'll quickly take you through the software interface, wherein we can show the solution live. In case you have any questions, any queries, you can just, as Mr. Deepak said, you can put it on your question answering box and we can answer it later. So now, yeah, so this is basically the Solid Edge interface, and we have this tool inbuilt, completely integrated to your Solid Edge system, right? So now you can see different icons out there, right? So you can start working on them as soon as you have it. So it is fully integrated out there. So the first option of if I go there and I see is the ERP BOM. So what is this ERP BOM? This ERP BOM is nothing but a format, a ready to upload BOM, which is generated out of our Solid Edge 3D CAD system. Okay. So now how do we do that? So here what we do is we understand your respective SAP or ERP system. We understand the database on which it is being hosted. We understand the information that has to be carried out to the ERP system respective table. And we prepare a format for you, which can be directly uploaded to your SAP or ERP system, right? And this information can be quickly accessible and that can be uploaded out there. So let's say I prepare a BOM out there. Right, so get a message. That's the format. That's one such format, I would say. So there could be more such formats wherein these fields can vary with respect to your industry. So this is just a basic BOM, which are basic fields information, which we need to carry out to our ERP system, right? So these fields, these templates can be customized as per your industry requirements. So let's say we have the part number, description, quantity, revision, part type, source, material, unit weight, total weight. So the fields may vary depending on the requirement. Okay. So next, talking about, there's something called we are giving an option called consumable items. So let's say we are making a manufacturing BOM. At certain stages, we realize there are certain set of components which we cannot add as a part of our 3D CAD model, but they are required to be necessarily part of our manufacturing BOM. Okay, like paint or lubrication items, we do have certain set of components, right? So now let's say for those items which cannot be made as a 3D part, we can add them as a consumable item and can make that as part of our regular manufacturing BOM. So let's say I've added paint, grease, right, with respective quantity, respective unit of measure, right, and I can add it to whatever level I need. So different level can have a different kind of consumable item. So in the first level, I can have the different items, and the third level maybe I have different item. So it depends on what level or what information I need, right? So once I save it, and let's say I go and prepare the design BOM, so it gives me a message: do you want to add these consumable to your BOM? So if I say yes, so these items would get added to the level wherein we added that. Let's say design BOM. I open it. So based on that, based on your template, based on your fields requirement, everything can be customized and be given as per your requirement. So these consumable items, so now can be added as part of your complete manufacturing BOM, which normally we normally do it manually, or we don't normally add it as a custom, or we edit the regular BOM out there. So we need not do all those stuff right now. So we can do it with easily using this. Okay. So yeah, there you go. So that's my design BOM, right? So now this design BOM is basically complete hierarchical information. So it has the first level details, then the second subassembly, its respective details, right? And you can see the consumable items which I added in my first level has been part of my bill of material, right? So that's my first level, so first subassembly, second subassembly, its respective subassembly, and at the end we give you the complete raw material summary out there. So now the planning activity, everything can be done during the design phase. So now I need not wait for my manufacturing drawing to complete to release this bill of material. I can quickly get this information out there from my bill of material, all the complete. So the planning activity can start as soon as my 3D is complete. These fields, these template can be customized as per your requirement, as against it. Okay. Okay. So let's go further. So let's say in a machine, I need to identify what are my manufacturing parts, right? Or I need to identify what are my bought out parts. So I can do a quick segregation out there. I can identify, I can just do a quick segregation out there. So I can get the details of my part list, right? Quickly go and open. All the reports would be created in MS Excel. So the output you can get at your respective format. Right now it's being created in Excel, and you need not have necessarily Microsoft Excel. It works on any kind of Excel, OpenOffice Excel, or any other format. So it works on all the kind of Excels. So you can see it has the details of only manufacturing parts. It doesn't have any item for hardware in this list. Similarly, you can segregate the bought out items as well. So you need to identify what are my bought out items. So I can just quickly go and identify the bought out list. Right. So let's say it has only one BOP item. So you can have it this way. So the quick segregation can be done as per your requirement. With a click of button, you can do it. So you need not spend time again putting filters in your Excel or anything. So you can just quickly go and click and get the output, right? Further, if you have any other such type which you want to be part of your segregation list, let's say you want to identify the raw material, you want to segregate the casting items, you want to segregate the forging items. So these fields, these types can also be customized as per your industry requirement, right? So you can get different segregation out of your complete machine details. So you need not, again, as I said, you need not put filters in your Excel or anything to get this output. Going further, there's something called priority. Priority is something for the planning of the project. So now we have been discussing on the part of the manufacturing lead time and the purchase lead time. So every manufacturing component has its own manufacturing lead time, and the purchase components who have their purchase lead time. So now, what is this manufacturing lead time or purchase lead time? So now, manufacturing lead time is something. Let's say if I release a drawing today, so let's say it could be for a component today. So let's say it could be manufactured in say 10 days of time. There is a component which could be, let's say, made in 15 days of time. There is a component, let's say, which could be made in 30 days of time from the date of drawing release, right? So now, similarly for the purchase item, if I order a item today, it could be delivered in, let's say, 3 weeks of time from the date of order. There is a component which may take 4 weeks of time, or let's say it takes only 2 days of time from the date of order. So now every component has its own manufacturing or purchase lead time. So now what we are trying to do is basically we are just trying to categorize the items with higher manufacturing lead time, average manufacturing lead time, and the lower manufacturing lead time. So how does this help me in planning? So this basically helps me in planning in such a way, like I could take the items with higher manufacturing lead time in the first priority, because I need more buffer time for handling that project for the manufacturing of that component, right? So now I can categorize it. So automatically the items with higher manufacturing lead time becomes the part of my high priority part list, right? So now I can just quickly give the instruction to my production or the project team and tell them, boss, you need to fabricate this first and this later and this in this order. So this is a high priority list. So you can start fabricating these items first, because this will take more time to get manufactured, right? So this way, when we plan it according to the lead time, we have very less chance of getting our project delayed. Similarly, if I want to get the details of the bought out items, priority bought out, right? I can get the details of for bought out item as well. So you can give the instruction to the purchase team. So this is the item which you require to order first, right? So this way we ease out our complete planning activity. So basically the purpose of this tool is to complete automate your process, right? Cut down your normal time which you spend in other activities, which unknowingly we spend on these activities, which we feel we do not have an option. Right now we have an option, we have a solution for this, which we are calling as BOM Creator. Right. Moving further, let's talk about the release of drawings. Right. So now when I say I want to identify the items which I've released to the production team or the purchase team or the quality team, right? So with a click of a button, I can identify the information, right? Which drawing has been issued to which department and how many times, on which date, everything, all the information. So these information comes in line, right? So you can have it based on the department wise, right? If you have, let's say you do not, you want any other department that is required to be added to this list, so that can be customized as per your requirement. So let's say, so these are the drawings which we have released already to the production department with the respective count. So is it a first issue or a reissue? You can identify it, right? So all the information now gets saved inside your solid edge part, and you can generate this report, and you can make this report as your issue slip, standard issue slip, right? Wherein you can give the instruction and you can get it signed from your respective department. Moving further, we'll be talking on the project costing part, right? So now what is this project costing? So now our project is driven by certain set of parameters, project parameters, cost parameters, right? So now there could be different. So we have identified few of them, right? So if in case you feel there is there are items which are not available in this, that can be customized and made part of this costing parameter. So let's say we are calling first as the fabrication cost, consumable item, hardware, engineering, packing, transportation, right? So when I talk about the fabrication, what it does is basically it gives summarize you the complete material summary with their respective weight. So now as a user, what I'm supposed to do is I need to put my per kg cost to my company. So now what is this per kg cost? So this per kg cost is nothing but the lump sum cost to my company. Basically, it includes my material cost, handling charges, my operation charges, etc. So this is a lump sum cost what we are offering, right? So it basically it costs me, and sometimes it also includes my industrial margin as well, right? So right now I'm putting some random prices on it, right? Next, if I go to the consumable, so we have the items which we defined under consumable items. Now I can quickly go and put in my cost out there, and based on the unit of measure, respective unit of measure, right? Next is the hardware BOP. So if any, right? So I can put this per piece cost out there. Next is the engineering. Let's say we have design engineering to do, and let's say it takes me 150 hours to complete this job, and my cost per hour is, let's say, 250 rupees. Let's say I need to do some kind of structural calculation in this project. So you can make sure you need not have a checklist. So everything would be under this. Let's say it will take 25 hours to complete, and my cost per hour is 500 rupees. So you need to remember everything. So you can just put it, and yeah, I can have it there. So let's say we need to do a roadworthy packing. So let's say box size is 50 by 50 by 50, and let's say I need 2 number of boxes, and my cost per cubic feet is 30 rupees. 30 rupees per cubic feet. Last is the transportation. Let's say I need a 32 feet truck, and I need 1 vehicle. And the cost of my vehicle is, let's say, 80,000 rupees, right? So as soon as I create on this create report, so what I get is basically I get an output like this, wherein I can get the complete segregation, complete manufacturing cost details, engineering cost, packing, and the transportation, and the total project cost, right? So these parameters can be customized as per your requirement, as the requirement of the industry. So everything is this is fully flexible software. The way you want to mold it, you can mold it. So it's not a hard and fast thing that we give you something and you have to use it the same way. So the way the industry requires it, we can customize it and give it to you. Right. Last option is our comparison of machines. So now, what is this comparison? Let's say we have different projects in execution right now. Okay. So now what happens is, as normal practice, what we do is every project has a different project manager, and different design engineers work on different projects and release the drawings. So what happens is sometimes we end up re-releasing. There are a lot of components which are in common. Sometimes the different, let's say I'm a packaging machine manufacturer, or I'm a special purpose machine manufacturer. So there are certain set of times wherein we do have a lot of components in common and a lot of components in unique, right? But unknowingly, we plan all the common components as well as the unique components separately, which gives us a lot of material scrap in around the year, right? Which becomes the biggest cause of our material scrap. So here, what we are giving you is we are giving you an option wherein you can compare max of 5 machines at a time, and you can get the details of the unique and the common components. So basically, this helps you identify the common and the unique components, and you can identify and you can plan them based on your respective requirement, right? So now with this, you can help reduce your complete scrap items, right, considerably. Right. So now let's say I'm doing it for 2 items, right? So if I say compare parts, so it gives me a detail of like what is the total quantity that is required to be manufactured, and what is the respective quantity that has to be assembled in the respective machine. So now this gives a clear instruction to the production team what they have to manufacture and what they have to assemble and how they have to assemble. So this way I can plan my common components together and reduce my scrap considerably. And moreover, I need not re-release same drawing again and again for the common components. I can get them and I can give them. So similarly for the purchase or bought out items, if I place a volume order, I get a volume cost benefit from my vendor, right? So, and again, the individual respective quantity that has to be assembled in the respective machine, right? So similar kind of categorization for anything you need, you can do that. So it even gives you the details of the common items, sorry, your unique items, right? If you want. So with this, what we saw is basically we can create a BOM which basically to working during the design phase itself. So basically, as soon as my 3D is complete, I can start releasing these drawings. Sorry, I can release this bill of materials during as soon as my 3D is complete. I need not wait for my manufacturing drawing to complete to initiate the planning activity for the any planning activity, right? So now you get a ready to upload ERP BOM directly from your 3D CAD system. So now you can create error-free BOMs, right? So now you get a complete design BOM with complete raw material details. So the production and the purchase team are happy because they get the information, they get to do the complete planning activity, right? Based on the priority list. Now you can keep a track of different release of drawings to the different departments. You can identify the what all items to be manufactured in-house, what are to be outsourced, right? You can do the complete project costing. You can compare and identify the common and the unique items. Right? As I said, we were talking about the key benefits. It's an error-free BOM. Spread your complete planning activity. Track your release of drawings. Now it's more transparent between every department. And you can, with a click of button, you can do a project costing, right? You can reduce your scrap considerably, right? So it works as a top up to your solid edge 3D CAD system, right? So it could be any version of your solid edge, right? It works with all the versions of solid edge, right? All the reports are being created in Excel, right? So as I said, you need not necessarily have the Microsoft Excel. It could be Open Office. It can be any kind of Excel you need, right? The fields and the report can be customized as per your requirement, industry requirement. So that's the product metrics. So yeah, if you have any questions to ask, you can please go ahead and ask. Hello.
Yes, Vignesh, we can hear you.
Yeah, so do we have any questions in the question answering box?
Yes, we have one question from Mr. Anup of L&T. He wanted to know all the information that we enter, like the lead time, and the cost of bought out items, etc., for the project costing.
Yes,
So
yes,
where is
yes.
this information exactly stored? Is it within the BOM creator tool, or do we have a separate database, or how
No,
is
look.
that information
So
stored?
basically, yeah, thank you. Sorry to interrupt you. Yeah, basically we have this property window, interface window, wherein which enables you to save all the information inside your respective file. Okay. If you talk about the costing or the consumable thing, for that we create a database wherein you store information inside your database. So you can key in your information only once, and that information can be reused for the later stage. So it's a one-time activity wherein you put all the respective information for one file. Okay, and we are giving you this customizable window wherein even you can customize this information, or we can help you customize this wherein you can put in the required information. So the basically the weight and material, it's being calculated automatically. Rest of the information, there could be a lot of the quantity that also gets calculated automatically, but there are certain sort of information which you need to define. That for that we give you this interface for all the files. So all the file will have a different specific interface. Okay.
So, Vignesh, just to maybe add, so all this information gets stored within the solid edge file itself. or
Yes,
there is
yes, yes.
some?
It is being saved inside the solid edge file.
Okay, okay, okay. So I hope we have answered Anup ji's question. In case, sir, you have any further feedback or thought, you can always type in your question in the Q&A chat box. There is one more question from Mr. Deepak, and he wanted to know the raw material code, uh, how that can be added. So I think you showed that, but Vignesh, can you just explain that again?
The raw material code, can you please brief more on that? What exactly the raw material code, the part numbers you mean? The part numbers or the part code for each
Yes,
file?
yes, yes, yes.
So yes, so basically look, there are two ways. One is basically you type it and create it inside the solid edge, right? Wherein as I said, where I'm giving you this window, wherein you can have your finished good code as well as your raw material code. That is one way. Or else, if you want us to generate this part code for you with respect to some nomenclature or what, so that can be done. And you can let us know what is the nomenclature or what is the process, how do you do it. So we can do it and customize it and give it to you.
Okay. Vignesh, there's one more question from Mr. Kushal. He wanted to know if an existing bill of material can be modified. So, what I understand is what you are presently showing on screen. That is the way to modify the details.
Yes, yes. So let's say if you want to manage the revision of this bill of material, that can also be done. Let's say I prepare some bill of material right today, and there's some modification happening. Let's say after 5 days or 10 days, and I create, but I need to recreate the bomb after this modification, and these you will get a new version of your bill of material. The modified information.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sandeep ji, I am not able to understand your question. Maybe आप specifically type कर सकते हैं, or you can just maybe drop us a mail. Then perhaps we'll be in a better position to answer your question. ये जो हम आपको BOM Creator, the tool that we are showing to you is an add-on tool, so it does not come as part of the standard package. Whether you have Solid Edge, Foundation, Classic, or Premium, this is a add-on tool. So if there are any other questions, Vignesh, we'll just wait for a minute or so just to see if there are any other questions.
Yes, yes. Meanwhile, I'll just wrap up a few other things, right? I hope everyone saw this product matrix. So we have 4 modules out there. One is the basic module is the BOM Creator Ultralight, and the highest version is BOM Creator Premium. Okay. So now with BOM Creator Ultralight, you can create a BOM with complete raw material details. You can create segregated reports out there, and you can have the complete priority list for the planning activity. In Light, we have all the features of Ultralight, plus you get the SAP and ERP integration, right? If you need it. And let's say in Advanced, we'll have all the functionalities of Ultralight, Light, plus you will have the details of the drawing tracking details, project costing, fabrication place details, etc. In Premium, you will have all the functionalities of Ultralight, Light, Advanced, plus you will have the comparison of machines, right? So we offer both standalone as well as server license. Right, standalone licenses are basically logged with your MAC address on the installed machine, right? And for floating or the server-based license, we offer only on the purchase of minimum of 3 licenses, right? And all the licenses are term licenses, and they are required to be mandatorily required to be renewed every year. And you need a Excel version working on the system. And you must also all BOM Creator can be installed only on those systems which have Solid Edge license installed, right? So you must have a working Solid Edge software on your machine. It can be any module. It can be any module, but you must have the Solid Edge version. So then only this BOM Creator can work, right? So these are a few of our customers. So we have Shubham Pack, who are into the manufacturing of packaging machines. Video machines, again. We have Muvro Technologies, who are into the manufacturing of the conveyors and automation system. We have Dashmesh, who are into the manufacturing of the agriculture components. Competent, who are into manufacturing of the crimping machines and crimping tools. Yeah, Mr. Deepak, over to you.
Yeah, Vignesh, a few more questions. I think I can answer. Mr. Lal is asking how to generate default or custom Excel sheet format. So, like brought out list, etc. So, sir, just to answer your question, when you buy this tool, the formatting or the customization of how you want to have the reports will be done. So, we will create the Excel reports as per your requirement. I hope I'm right, Vignesh. That is how we're going to do it.
Basically, what we do is basically understand the template, the fields you need, and accordingly we customize it and give it to you. So now it would be a plug and play setup for you.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll wait for a few more questions, but in the meantime, I will just sort of have few things to mention here. So I hope this information which Vignesh had shared regarding the BOM Creator tool has been helpful. And as part of our, offer to our customers, we are very happy to come to your office and have a one-to-one discussion for whatever products we just discussed today. In case you would want to get an in-depth understanding of how these tools work and how it could be beneficial to your organization, please let us know. We can have a one-to-one presentation, whether it's online or an in-person meeting at your office. Second thing that I just wanted to mention is the BOM Creator tool is a configurable or a customizable tool. So we have a basic configuration, but if you would want to customize the tool to have reports generated as per your templates, that can be done. If there are any other minor changes that you would maybe want to have as part of this tool, that can be done. Because the good point is that Vignesh is located out in Delhi NCR, and they work. His office operations are from Noida, so we can. It is very easy for us to come to your office and do the deployment and customization. Thirdly, we are very happy to offer you a viewer version which is free of cost. So, Vignesh, can I request you to show the viewer version, what capabilities it has from a viewer perspective?
Yes, sure. I'll do that. Give me a
Yeah,
second.
yeah. In the meantime, I'll also just update the audience here is that for the BOM Creator tool, we are offering a 7 days free trial version. So for organizations who are interested to see or use this, we can offer a 7 days free trial version where we'll set up the software, do a basic training, and the reports and everything would be as standard reports for the free trial version, but it will give you an idea how reports are being generated and what needs to be customized if you so decide to buy the product. Lastly, we are running a very special offer. If you want to buy the full-fledged versions, the licensed versions, and we are actually running this offer till end of this month. So if there is any thought or consideration, please do let us know. We can quickly set up a 7 days trial, and then you can take a decision on this. The price details I can share to you on to one-to-one basis. The software is not very costly. Let me tell you one thing. And the second thing that it comes as part of an annual license. So these were the things that I just wanted to mention. I feel there is, yeah. So I think we have had all the questions. No more questions as of now. So Vignesh, can you just quickly show the
Yes,
free
definitely.
viewer version?
Yeah, give me a second. I'm just doing it in a minute.
Okay. One more thing I would like to mention to the audience, we have another session tomorrow at the same time, wherein we'll be demonstrating and presenting a different tool, which helps to temporalize your design process. So I would request everyone to also participate in that session, because that session is also going to be very interesting.
Yes. Yeah. So there you go. So basically, the BOM Creator Viewer version is free of cost, as Mr. Deepak already said, right? So wherein with this, what you can do is basically you can create a report, a preview report, which you cannot export as an Excel, right? But you can view all the results. You cannot have these the reports output, but you can preview them, but you cannot export the results out there. Okay. So for exporting, you will need the premium version for use, right? But you can preview all the reports if it is in line your requirement. The free version offers you, right? So and we have the limited functionalities in that, right? So we have a design BOM, we have the part list by type BOM, right? And we have the priority list BOM, right? For the respective part and all. And as I again repeat, you can create all the reports, you can preview them, but you cannot export them, any of them. So you will need a premium version to export the Excel reports. Yeah. So yeah, over to you, Mr. Deepak.
Thanks, Vignesh. So I see that we have no more questions from the audience. So I think we can proceed ahead towards closing this session. So I would like to once again take this opportunity to thank you all for your time. We had a good audience today from various organizations who have been using Solid Edge for quite some time. And in case we are very eager to have a one-to-one discussion, if you would want to uh, have a detailed understanding of the tool that we just presented. And as I already mentioned, the free viewer tool, we will discuss. Our technical team will get in touch with you, and we will provide the free viewer tool to your organization. And we hope to receive your feedback. And I'm eager to know your suggestions on the same as well. One last thing, since this is a tool which has been developed locally in India, so there are various opportunities for us to enhance, customize this, improve it as per your requirement. So if you have any questions related to that, please do let us know. So with this, I will end the session. And once again, thank you everyone. Thank you, Vignesh, for your time. And I wish you a safe and healthy environment and hope to meet you soon. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Deepak. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for everyone for your time.